G'day guys, how are you today? Hope you're all having a good one. Now, going to do a little bit of an experiment today using the TRANGIA T28, the little camp kit. So it's a little tiny one that you can get. And what we're going to be cooking today is a bit of an experiment using some smoked oysters in barbecue sauce and a packet of noodles. So the other thing we've got is that one there, a bit of a seasoning coating and a thing of oil. So let's get into it. Well, it is a cold and windy day today. The rain's been going for a couple of days. So we're going to do this out here. We've got the little cook set. You've seen these before. Fantastic little unit with our stove. These things are like nearly indestructible. This is the homemade biofuel that we've got. Thank you, John and Sandra, for your little supply of that. And we'll get that in there, fill that up, and we'll get that started. But let that soak in a little bit. When you're using a TRANGIA stove too, always let your alcohol sink into there a little bit. What it actually does is you'll see that this level, I've just filled it all the way to the top, and it's slowly going down a little bit there, and it's drawing up the little wick that's in the inside just below these holes around the top of the burner. So it has got a little wick in there. So that is like super full. And the best thing about these little bottles is you can seal them off, and they'll, there you go. Once that's out, won't leak, won't go anywhere. Really good. We've got our water here, ready to go. So just remember too, on the bottom of this, there's a little lip, so it sits into the cooker there and doesn't slide around. So that water's on, and we want that to boil a little bit quicker so we can use the fry pan. And on the bottom of the fry pan, there's that little lip here around the corner, which sits into the lid. So it turns it into a lid for there, so that we can boil the water, get those noodles done, and then we'll start on the next part. There. Take out the flavouring pack, and it should have a little veggie pack in here too. There we go. That into there. And that is in there. We're good to go. Now we just set this one here aside for a few minutes. A little bit on the windy side here. Okay, we've got a little fry pan there, ready to go. Let that cool down for a second. Now we'll get this other stuff ready. It's the flavour for that. Is we've got the oysters. What we're going to do is open up this little tin here, barbecue oysters. A little bit of oil in the little fry pan here. I know it's a non-stick fry pan, but we're going to put the oil in there. And we have the burner is actually, that's lit. Now if you're using biofuels during the day, which is any alcohol-based fuel, it does burn clear. So if you can hear a little bit of an echo at the moment, it's because I'm under a tin roof. So we'll put our little fry pan onto there, let that get warmed up. So if you're not sure, just run your hand over the top and you'll be good to go. Now we have our oysters that we have opened up there, and we've got our seasoning, our coating. All we need to do is tip some of the seasoning into the bowl. We'll just boil the water into there, and then we're going to tip those oysters straight into there like that, and we're going to put the top, so they can actually all get a really good coating. Mix. And give that a little shake around, and we'll use our tongs and give our oysters a coat of that seasoning. Check if your oil is hot enough. Just use a little bit of the seasoning in your finger, put it into there, and that's not quite bubbling yet, so we'll give it a couple of seconds, give it a couple of minutes, and that oil's not quite ready, so we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll go from there. Now that oil's come up to temperature, and just to check it, all we need to do, like I said before, grab a little bit of your seasoning and put it in there, and you'll see that they're starting to bubble up straight away. That means that's ready to go. So now we can grab our oysters that are coated in that seasoning, and we'll just put them into there. And let's get them to brown up a little bit. I'm just going to give these a little bit of a turn as we go. In there. That'll warm up pretty quick. Put that in there, as you can see that there. Got our seasoning there, our oriental seasoning, and our noodles here. Our noodles should be all good to go in there. We just want to strain the water off those. As we open up the noodles, we have got the flavouring that's separate there. Let's tip that into our bowl here and add a bit of our seasoning, our oriental seasoning. This is our oriental chicken, so there you go. Rightio, our oysters, look at that. Oh, I don't know whether that's going to focus on that or not, but they're ready to go. We're going to toss them into there, and they're all crumbed up. Beautiful. Trangia is turned off, cooling down so that we can pack it all away again. And we've got our bowl there with our oysters in it and our noodles, and they're going to be a little bit on the interesting side. I've never, like I said, this is 100% an experiment. I don't know whether this is going to be any good or not. Could be on the menu next. But yeah, we've got an oyster there. That's it there. And it's different. I've had fried oysters before, and obviously these are pre-cooked before we do this, so because they're in the tin, so they're all cooked, ready to go. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know, wouldn't scream right home about it, but it's all right. Try it with the try it with some noodles. That's way better. Get a little crunch from the coating, the flavour of the oyster in there, and man, yeah, that makes a huge difference. Having it with the noodles, with the extra flavouring in there, you sort of get everything punched in the face at once. It's awesome. That's cool. That's actually I like that. There you go, little experiment. And it's a bit of a winner. So there we go. There's our barbecued oysters, a barbecue crumbed try that again. Barbecue, crumbed, fried oysters and noodles. There you go. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.